Again, now you look at it for yourself. You see the little lonely Arab praying like your African ancestor. Your God is your queen, I said. Now, matter of fact, let me correct myself. That's not I said. That's Nephet. That's her sister. Because you see the temple on her head. You see the temple on her head. You understand what I'm saying? So in the ancient Nile Valley, and even Africa, it didn't change. When you go to West Africa, the same teachers in West Africa is the same teachers that was in the Nile. That's where our ancestors fled when the Nile was attacked. They fled south, they fled west, and they took a lot of the teachings with them. So you have to do a lot of comparative study with African cultures. And you will see, just like you see the you will see what they call the Akwaaba doll. Akwaaba doll. In Africa, you'll see a wooden head. The big head is one in here. In West Africa, you'll see the head, you see the eyes and the mouth, you'll see the breast, and you'll see it's just like an ankh. Represents the same thing. So you see, one side will be Aset, the other side will be Nephet or Nephthys. You see, this is where the lowly Arab, they wasn't praying, they didn't even have no damn deity. They don't even wear soap. Wash up and wear deodorant. You get next to them, and damn it, you think you was in a zoo. I'm just being honest with you. I got to be straight. If I didn't use that how I'm saying it, you wouldn't understand it. How the hell you built a pyramid, but you can't put on deodorant? You got to start with simple knowledge first. Now this is our queen right here, and they mad at this one. They mad at this one. This is our most Nefertari. This is the matriarch of the 18th dynasty. The matriarch. This is Hatshepsut's great-grandmother. Black. Now, you got, her mom and daddy one of them had to be as black as she is. Okay? Thutmose III, the great warrior king, the greatest warrior king of ancient Kemet, kicked more ass than any general in the history of African history. Even Hannibal was greater in his ability to come up with knowledge, but Thutmose had more victories. Matter of fact, he never lost a battle. And he was the one that even went up into Palestine, even into Greece. He was the one they named Armageddon after. Because when he went to the city of Medigio, he put an ass whooping on them Palestinians to the point that they said Armageddon would look like this. Armageddon, the root word of Armageddon is Megiddo. That's up in Palestine. And that was that battle that Thutmose III put down. Wasn't even a battle. Wasn't even a battle. He slayed it. And under his campaign, Egypt had its borders was at its greatest limit. You had colonies all the way to India. The Mediterranean world, the whole Mediterranean belonged to the Nile Valley on both sides. So that's why when you look at the earliest civilizations in Europe, Greece and Rome, they own the Mediterranean. It's not up in the north. Those were the crackers that came down and sacked Rome, what they call the Vandals. They sacked Rome because the Romans were so busy thinking that they couldn't be beat that they came down there and snuck up on them, and before they could even blink their eyes, they had burnt Rome to the ground. So this shows you right here the extent that Nubia was in the royalty of ancient Egypt. Even Nefertari, the second Nefertari, Ramesses II married, the great Ramesses, who was the son of Seti, who he taught, and Ramesses was the greatest king in ancient Egypt, period. He built more massive monuments than any king. That mean, Ramesses' monuments were so big that they had to build the museum right over where they found it. They couldn't even move his artifacts. Wherever they found it, they just left it where it was, and they built the museum right over the monument. This is the great queen, the great matriarch of the 18th dynasty. All the bloodline of the greatest dynasty in ancient Kemet that come from her. And this goes back to the Hebrew worship of the golden calf. Hathor, you see it right there. The black mother of creation. Sometimes you will see Heru and you will see Hathor, they interchange it. You will see that Hathor will become heaven also. Because she's a nourisher. You will see a lot of the deities will be up under her, drinking from her udder. Or whatever that's how it's pronounced. Right. Udder, is that right? Okay, thank you. And they'll be drinking. Symbolic that she's the great universal mother. Why have we forsaken her? That's why we die now. We done forsaken the deities that we created that invigorate us with the energy to create Egypt. And we forsake them. And we take on Allah, Yahweh, Jehovah, Jesus, all the deities of the conqueror. And that's why we haven't gotten nowhere right now to this day. Now, I'll put this one together because they try to say, just like I just showed you the dark one, all the variations of colors you see right in this room was in ancient Egypt. I showed you a dark one, like my brother over here. Then you got a light-skinned one. I guess I'm the lightest one. You got brown skins. The same colors that you see right in this room was always in Africa before the cracker came. They started with the mixture. I mean, you know, mixing with the so-called foreign races. You got what you call the Bushman. That's in Africa, some of the oldest people in Africa. The Khoi. And they not dark, they yellow. So we need to go back and revisit that site. So light-skinned Africans existed in ancient Egypt just as well as they exist today. So you see that right there, that's that queen right there. See the lips? Same lip. Only thing, she done fried her hair. But that's all right. They had hot combs in Egypt too. I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. But our sisters are doing it for all the wrong reasons today. They ain't got that science. Now here you got the Peckerwood Jesus and Mary. Taken from here, raped it down, so that that shows you they didn't have no deities of their own. Because they wouldn't have had to take Heru and Aset and rape it down like that. If they had their own deities, why would they have done that? That shows you right there that the white man ain't original in doing shit. Ain't nothing original that he done right now except that bestiality and homosexuality. That's the only thing that he can be accredited for in this world. And mass destruction. All the evil attributes that's on this planet today. So anytime you break something down from its originality, you reverse the properties. So that one right there ain't gonna do nothing for you. You look at that, you're gonna look at that, and if you pray to that, you'll never come up from under that cracker. If you worship the white man, you can never come in your heart and your mind to fight back. Because you'll say, oh, well, he was Jesus, so I'm gonna have a little mercy on him. You know, that's the Queen Mother Mary. I can't beat him into oblivion. So you got to destroy this and put this back up on the pedestal where it belongs. And if this is on the pedestal and you look out and see your woman in the position she is and your children being locked up, they want to lock our babies up at 8 years old. Damn, man, we got to draw the line somewhere. This shit is sad. They want to lock our babies up at 8 years old. And we let them. And we let them. How far we got to draw the line somewhere. We're going to have to raise this next generation to be nothing but warriors. We're going to have to produce at least 6, 7 generations that don't want to do nothing but war. That's the only way we're going to get free. If you got to wear Gucci and Louis Vuitton, and you got to have your fingernails done every week, and the brothers got to get a fresh pair of Timberland, $4,000 gators to go on their feet, Niggas walking around with minks in the summertime. You know what I'm saying? Got to go to the club and pop Moet, 3-4 bottles of Moet just to show off. See, this is where our mind is at today.
Talk about that.
This is where we at. We can't give it up. We so thoroughly entrenched in the cracker's ideologies and his philosophy and living like the Peckerwood, we can't see we supposed to be killers.